It's a glorious sunrise here at Georgetown Lake. So I'm in my newest house, my newest real estate investment. We started in Club Thrive and in Club Hero. We started 10x is easier than 2x 8 weeks ago. And in the first week of that process, and I was doing it with Ben Hardy, and then I was leading in Club Hero to Ben's book, like we've done before with A Gap in the Gain by Ben Hardy and Dan Sullivan. So we did that. Many of you joined us with that, and that 10x is easier than 2x or impossible goals. And what I became aware of in the first week of that challenge was that retirement properties work really well for me and my family as investments, and that we had a property that was like too hard for us to deal with. It was the building in Butte, and I became aware that like my husband was working too much, that he was going to burn out, and having recently, gone through and recovered from cancer, I was looking at my quality of life of like what really matters in our unique constellation of a partnership, and in our stage of life. We both turned 50 this year, and what we really wanted, and one of the principles of impossible goals or 10x thinking is that you can accelerate having what you want. And so when I really felt into what I wanted, and I use jealousy and envy a lot, I love those emotions because they signal to me what I really want that maybe somebody else has. So I was like, I want a house on Georgetown Lake. And so literally like the day after having that realization, I drove around the lake and we saw a few houses, and I saw this house for sale, and came back 2 days later with my daughter, and she was like, it's a full-on, like full body yes for her. And she's seen us do quite a number of real estate deals. And, it was a tough, what is it, rich people problems? 7 weeks of paperwork to make this deal happen. It was by far like the most paperwork I've ever had to do in order to secure a property. And now that I'm in here, I spent like the first 3 days just like energetically clearing, physically clearing, cleaning. I am very much a roll up your sleeves and do the dirty work kind of a gal. I feel like that's how I energetically up level a place, is by really getting into it. And so why am I telling you all this? If I wasn't in that group, if I didn't pay to play with Ben Hardy, like you all pay to play with me in Club Thrive or Club Hero, I wouldn't be here right now. Like this, I may have put this off till I was 60, right? To really having the lake house of my dreams. And then if I had put it off till then, I might not have actually been able to get in, because, like the real estate value of this property will rise. There's not very many properties like this on this lake. The ones that have this kind of view and lakefront are multi-million. And I got this at a relatively decent price. There's so much that can happen in delaying what you want. And what impossible goals and 10x goals does is it forces that sooner. So there's this force function that makes you look at, we all have 24 hours in a day. What I notice is I use my 24 hours really differently than most people. As an athlete, as a parent, as a business owner, as a property investor, real estate manager, I have a lot of different hats. I have a lot of different roles. And every day I really do rise to whatever the calling is on that day. And often it's, it is multiple callings on a single day. And I try to pare that down as simply as possible, and make my future continually better. And this process has not led me down. When I look back at my growth path, both with companies and real estate, everything has to do with my who I'm hanging out with, what they believe, what they think, what they talk about, what their lives are like. Because if you're not playing with people that are up leveling, then everything's harder and you get stuck in your own mental patterns, and you just have no idea really what kind of quality of life experiences is possible for you. For me, the huge part of buying this property was for me to be able to retreat, and to be able to host my own events, and also for other people to host events in a really fantastic place. And so there's a lot of uploading, like these skis will be gone. I know the skis are cute. But we'll turn this more into a real haven of transformation for people to lead events, small events, 6 to 8 people max, who just want to just unplug and get out and do primal habits. There's a sauna right there. The lake's obviously frozen. Lucky and I bike at night on the lake and look at the stars. It's absolutely amazing. So the whole point is like your deeper dreams, right? It's like you have to invest in them in such, people know that, people with money invest in coaching and information. And the reason they do that is because like who you are surrounded by, the who determines how you act, right? Because how you act is determined by how you think. So if you're not with the right thinking partners, it's an entirely different life. Yeah, so that's really what I wanted to share with you. Yeah, and I hope for those of you who are like, yeah, this resonates and you're a fit, Kate, like I like the holistic background. I like that you understand Ayurvedic medicine and meditation and yoga and also business and strategy and real estate investment and parenting and all the things, then get into Club Thrive or Club Hero with me in this next year.